Hi, my name is Clarissa, and today we're going to do a magic circle based workout, which will include some stretching and mobility. Really great for people maybe training for a race or a run. For those who don't know, I'm a runner. I run 5Ks all the way up through half marathons. So if that is you, or if you're training for football, sport, ballet, this is the exercise or quick workout you're going to want to do. Again, grab yourself a magic circle and let's get to work. So we'll start with our arms extended out nice and long, knees are bent. Curl the tailbone under and go all the way back. We'll start with some pre-Pilates work. Squeeze the knees together, press the back of the shoulders down. Inhale, bring the arms back for your rib cage arms. Exhale, bring the arms in line with the shoulders. Inhale, back. Exhale, return. Keep going. As you're doing this work, what commonly happens is that your tailbone or your back wants to arch, but you're going to try to press the back of the ribs into the mat as well as lengthen out your lower back. One more. Bring the arms back and then exhale, squeeze the circle. Inhale, release. Squeeze and release. Now you're squeezing from the pecs and the anterior side of your delts here. Really good for just toning the upper body. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Now bring your arms forward. Have a soft squeeze into the circle. Make sure the middle of the circle is in line with your face. Exhale, bend the elbows. Inhale, straighten. This is for your triceps, your bone crusher, which is usually what you see on the reformer. The entire time you're keeping your tailbone heavy and nice and long. There we go. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Keep the arms straight and then exhale, bend the elbows out wide. Press into the circle as you push the arms up. We're starting with upper body. Exhale, bend. Inhale, push. Exhale, bend. Inhale, push. 3 more. Get those elbows wider. Come on. Keep that neck long. Last 1. Straighten the arms. Place your hands inside the circle on the padded part here. And repeat our rib cage arms. Inhale, bring your arms back, press into the circle. Exhale, return. You'll start to feel a sensation along the back of the shoulders, which is nice. Good for opening and strengthening at the same time. Just a couple more here. Is your tailbone still heavy? I hope so. Last 1. And bring the arms back and hold and press. Press, press. So this is starting to target your lats, which is right around the back of the shoulder blades and runs through the lower back. So the upper part of your lats right underneath the armpit is what we're getting. 3, 2, 1. Bring the arms up, press into the circle a little bit more. Our bone crushers, but you'll feel it on the outer part of the arms. We bend and we straighten. And you can feel free to ball up your fists so that way you don't lose your circle. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bring the arms up and then exhale, bend the elbows out wide. Inhale, press. You'll start to feel a little bit different than what it did before because you're working more of the back of the body. Whenever you start to activate the pinky side of your arm, you really start to turn on the triceps a little bit more, or your second powerhouse is what we like to call in Pilates. The pinky side of your finger turns on the ribs, that scapula to rib connection. 1 more. Good. Now take the circle into the left hand. Place the circle off to the side, but have it up so that way the heel of your hand is onto the circle. Okay? Stretch the right leg out long. Bring the right arm up towards the ceiling. Then exhale. Press. Whew, harder than it seems. And sit all the way up. Inhale, press into the circle, come back. Arm reaches behind you. That first one's always the hard one. Exhale, press, and come up. Inhale, press, and go back. Exhale, press. Really try to keep your heel pressing to the floor. And then go back. Last 1, press. And then come all the way back. I'm going to swing around So you can see the same thing on the other side. So switch hands now. The circle now goes into the right hand. Okay? Left leg is extended, left arm is up, and I'm going to slide my right foot slightly away so I can actually sit up. Exhale, press. Inhale, back. And finding that sweet spot for the circle is key. Arm goes back. Exhale, press. Inhale, back. 2 more. Exhale, press. Inhale, up. Last one. Exhale, press into the circle. If you struggle with the roll-ups, this is for you. Inhale, back. Good. Go ahead and bend the knees. Place the arches of the feet onto the circle and extend the legs up towards the ceiling. Okay? Now, slide your feet down to where you're at the balls of your feet. We're going into our single leg circle variation. So start by just exhaling, lifting the head and chest up. You should be able to swallow. There's no tension in the neck. Shoulders are down. Take the right foot out and pause. Straighten out the left leg as best as you can to get a nice stretch. Now we do a circle with our right foot. So we come out the width of the mat. We come up. We cross over and back down. Now you want to go slow because you really want to keep your pelvis still, keeping the hips still. You'll start to feel it. This is really good for building hip flexor strength. Really important for our runners and as well as mobility. 1 more. And then we reverse. Just 4 of them. Make sure you cross over the left leg. Go nice and slow. And if your head needs to come down, feel free. But I'm going to keep mine up. 1 more. And then I'm going to flex my foot and wave it side to side. Nice and easy. 3, 2, 1. Bring the right leg back. Lower your head down. Exhale. Pull the knees in. Inhale. Stretch the legs back up. Shoulders down. Lower the left leg down. Exhale. Lift the head and chest up. And we go right into our circles. We go out, up, cross, and down. Try to straighten out the right leg as best as you can. Eyes look down the shirt. 1 more. Doesn't have to be super big. And we reverse. Go the other way. Make sure you're crossing over the right leg. Harder than it seems. 1 more. And then keep the leg low. Almost got that one. Wave your leg side to side. And then bring the leg up. Bend the knees. Gather your thoughts and rest. Okay, so we are now going to place the circle in between the legs. Right in between the inner, right just slightly above the ankles. Okay, I'm going to scoot down some just to make sure I have room. Legs go up, palms are down. We're going into our rollover with a little variation. So let's start with the knees bent. Then start to lift the tailbone up. Squeeze the circle with your inner thighs. And slowly bring it back down. So it's a little bit of short spine if you know the reformer work. And then exhale, lift up, squeeze the circle. Inhale, articulate back down. 1 more. Exhale. Lift up, stay up, stretch the legs out long onto the mat, maybe touch the floor, and then lift the legs. Touch and lift. Try to keep the palms flat. Touch and lift. Squeeze the circle more, guys. Touch and lift. Last one. Touch, hold. Start to reach for the knees. Bend the knees, squeeze. Get a nice stretch. 3, 2, 1. Place the hands back onto the mat. Slowly roll down all the way, carefully, and stretch the legs out long. Turn your feet out into a V. Exhale, lift the head and chest up. Hands can go behind the head for support. And we squeeze the circle in and out for a 100 variation. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now keep the head and shoulders lifted, elbows wide. This is hard. Feel my inner thighs burning. 3, 2, and 1. Lay my head down, and then keep that turnout. I'll lie supine for frog, hands down by my sides. Press the legs out, squeeze, exhale, bend. Inhale, press out at a 45 and bend. For more abdominals, you lift the head and chest up. Good. 2 more. Last one, keep the knees bent. We have crisscross. Press out, rotate towards your right, and then return. Press out, rotate left, and return. Now, you're squeezing the circle as you go. For 4. You got it. And 3. And 2. And 1. Hold. Roll onto your right hip. Maybe you're facing me. I will readjust, and if you need to readjust, feel free. But hands are behind the head. Squeeze the circle, then exhale. Lift the legs. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. If you need to put one hand onto the mat, you totally can. Lift and lower. 2 more. Get your hamstrings next. Last one. Lift the legs. Hold it up here. Squeeze the circle more. Then exhale. Bend the knees. Inhale, straight. The more you squeeze, you'll start to feel a little hamstring, but maybe more inner thigh. Just depends. Last one. Keep the legs extended and then squeeze and release. Squeeze and release for 3 and 2 and 1. This one will target more your hamstrings. Lift the legs up. Flip onto your belly. Readjust yourself back onto your mat if you need to. Forehead is down. Legs have a soft bend. Press the knees down. Squeeze the circle. Then exhale. Bend the knees. Inhale. Straighten the legs. Now you're actively pressing your elbows into the mat, so you start to feel a stretch right along the neck and shoulders as well as you do your hamstring curls. Squeeze the circle a little bit more. Squeeze and release. And squeeze and release. 3 more. Squeeze and release. Last one. Squeeze and hold. And then squeeze the circle in and out. Try to lift the thigh bone slightly off the mat. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. From here, place your hands near your chest. Start to straighten the legs just some, but keep the legs hovered. Lift the head and chest up just a little bit. Knees stay down. Sit back onto the heels just some. Okay. A little bit of a child pose variation. Turn, keep the circle in between, and we go to the other side. Okay? Legs stay extended. And if it's okay if you lost the circle, don't worry about it. It's just Pilates. Okay? Hands go behind the head. Okay? And then we exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Elbows are pulling in 2 different directions. You got it. For 3 and 2 and 1. Keep the legs up. Squeeze and release. 3, 2, 1. Now maintain your squeeze. Exhale, bend. Inhale, up. And for this side, I feel my oblique is a little bit weaker. So I'm going to put my hand down. And that's okay. Sometimes we have our good days and our bad days. 1 more. Good. Keep the legs extended. This time, sway onto your back and then bend the knees. Grab the circle. Place the circle right on the outer parts of your ankles now. Press into the circle. We're going into a rolling like a ball. Exhale, curl and balance onto your bum. Press outwardly into the circle. Inhale, go back. Exhale, up. Inhale, back. Now actively press into the circle as you go. Option to take the hands up, making it more dynamic. Shoulders down the back pockets here. Get every single vertebra. Actively press out into the circle so you feel your outer glutes turn on. 1 more time. We balance onto your tailbone. Line the ankles up with the knees. Reach the arms up, lift the chest up. Extend the legs, your teaser. Press out and in, out and in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knees, remove the circle. Let's come onto all fours. Curl the toes under and lift the hips up. Find your downward facing dog, pedaling the feet. Okay? Now start to bend your left knee, turn it, and then place it next to your hands for a little bit of pigeon pose here. Ideal position is that the knee is in line with the ankle. My hips are a little bit tight, so that's not even going to work for me today, but I will try, and over time you'll be able to get there. If pigeon doesn't work, you can always do this position seated if it bothers your knee. Forehead can come down and you relax. Start to keep the weight of the body towards the left hip so that way you don't roll out of the stretch. That's very, very important. Good. Start to curl the right toes under and lift the knee off. That then adds an extra hip flexor component. Then you can come onto your fingertips. Lift the head and chest up and stretch. 3, 2, 1. And lower your knee back down. Slide your left foot back. Curl the toes under. Find your downward facing dog. Once again, pedaling out the feet. This time, just press the heels down and hang. Hang for a bit. Allow your calf muscles to just release and let go. And then pull the right knee through and sit it next to your hands. And again, the ideal position is that the ankle is in line with the knee. But honestly, it just depends all on your hips. That's all right. And we come down and we start to shift our body weight towards the right. So we get deep into those hips. Just breathe. Then start to curl the left toes under. Allow yourself to get a little bit of a stretch. And then come onto your fingertips. Lift the head and chest up. Sink the tailbone down. Sink the hips down and stretch. And then slowly bring everything back down. Sit back in a child's pose. Forehead is down. Sweep the arms up towards the ceiling. Make a gun or intertwine the fingers as you reach the arms up. Stretching. Start to unlock the fingers, bring the arms down to the sides with the palms facing up towards the ceiling. Then sweep the hands back towards the heels. Sink your tailbone down more. 3, 2, 1. Start to roll an imaginary marble forward with your nose. Lift the head and chest up. Shoulders down the back. And sit back onto the heels unless it doesn't feel good for you. You stretch. Find stillness in the body just a little bit. Start to open your eyes. Look towards your right. Roll your neck up and around and center. Look towards your left. Roll your neck up and around and center. Roll the shoulders back. Roll them forward. And you are all set. That was your quick mobility workout, a little bit more hip flexor focused. Really good for strength and mobility, especially for my athletes. I hope that you enjoyed it, but anybody can benefit from it. Take care. See you soon.